Hello and welcome back to my channel. I have a Pilates workout to strengthen your back. Pilates is all about bringing alignment and strength to your spine. So we are going to be doing several exercises to take your spine into extension, flexion, rotation, and lateral flexion. And you will be moving your spine in so many ways. It will not only feel good, but it's also going to strengthen your back at the same time. So roll out your mat and let's get ready to go. We're going to begin in 4-point kneeling. So set your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. From here, I just want you to round through the spine, scooping the belly in and up, drawing the shoulder blades apart, and then release to look forward to your cow stretch. Sliding those shoulders down and back. So let's round through the spine, scoop the belly in and up, chin to chest, drawing those shoulder blades apart, and release to look forward to cow, sliding those shoulder blades down and back, lengthening those abdominals. Big exhale as you round the spine. And inhale as you look forward to cow. Exhale one more time, round the spine, angry cat. And inhale to release and look forward to cow. Good, bringing it back into neutral. Let's take your left hand and reach it up to the ceiling, open up through the chest. And then go ahead and thread the needle, reaching your left shoulder down to the mat. Press out of that right palm, reach that left hand back up to the ceiling. And then go ahead and thread your needle. And reach back up. We'll do 2 more. And last one. Press out of it and then bring your hands back to your position underneath your shoulders. Now we're going to tuck the toes, lift and hover your knees and hold. I want you to brace your core. This is going to help strengthen all those muscles down your spine and also your core as well. Keep pulling that belly button in and up. And now you're going to tap your knees to the mat for 8, up, 7, up, 6, up, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift and hold, keeping those knees just hovering. And releasing those knees down, release those toes. Right hand will reach up to the ceiling. And then go ahead and thread the needle. Taking that right shoulder down to the mat. Press on that left palm as you reach that right hand back up to the ceiling. And then go ahead and thread the needle again. And reaching back up. And thread your needle. We'll do 1 more after this. And press out of it. Bring yourself back into 4-point kneeling. Tuck your toes. We're gonna lift and hover those knees again. Press your palms and your pinky fingers. Slide those shoulders down and back. You're gonna tap your knees down and up, down and up, down and up. 4 more. 3, 2, 1 to lift and hold. And release your knees down. Take your knees apart, toes together. Sit back into your shell stretch. You're going to keep it nice and active by tucking your tailbone down to the floor and scooping your abs in and up, reaching mid-back up to the ceiling. And then we're going to start to find a little bit more articulation through the spine. So rippling through the spine like a wave, rippling upper back, middle back to release your chest forward. And then sending your hips back to your heels. Rippling through the spine like a wave. Sliding those shoulders down in that extension. Should feel so nice. Just take your time working through any sticky spots in the spine. And this will be your last one. Holding it here in your swan stretch. Just take your eye line to look forward. Try not to crunch the upper vertebra by looking up at the ceiling. Just take that eye line forward, hold. Maybe taking your eye line over one shoulder, back through center, over the other shoulder, back through center. Softening your elbows to release and lower yourself down to the mat. Now from here, you're going to set your feet underneath your sit bones. Now we're going to reach your arms overhead. Then you're gonna circle your arms around and down to your hips. You're going to reach and dive forward. Circle your arms around and down to your hips. And again, reach and dive. Inhale, circle to lift. Exhale to dive forward. Inhale, circle and lift. Keep this going. Keeping that island looking down at the floor. Now tuck the tailbone under, peeling that belly button off the mat. We want to relax the lower body. So if you find that your feet are coming off the floor, you're squeezing your glutes, or you're feeling this in your low back, just stop for a moment, wiggle it out, shake it out. That way you can reset, tucking that tailbone, peeling that belly button off the floor. Reaching forward and then circling around and trying it again. Seeing if you can feel just the upper back starting to activate and work. Last one. Reach back behind you. This time take your hands behind your lower back, interlace your fingers, and reach your hands towards your toes. Seeing if you can open up through your chest and collarbones a little bit more, lifting yourself up a little higher. Hold for 4, 3, 2, and a 1, 2, release. Bring your hands on the edges of your mats. Bend your knees and flex your feet. So we have a diamond shape with your legs. You're gonna squeeze your heels as if you have a piece of paper in between your heels. We're gonna squeeze and lift and release. We're going to squeeze and lift and release. So this is working through your hamstrings and glutes. But this whole exercise, once we add on, is gonna work through the whole posterior chain. So we're just starting with the lower body, but I want you to tuck the tailbone and peel the belly button off the floor, just as we did before. Now we're gonna add on, so you're gonna lift your thighs and forearms, and then squeeze your elbows to your waistline, release, and lower the whole shape down. We're going to lift, squeeze your elbows to your waistline, release, and lower it down. Good, keep this flowing. This works all the muscles in your back. The extensors, the lats, your hamstrings, your glutes. So it's so powerful for your posterior chain. Keep those heels squeezing tight as you lift those thighs. Let's just do 2 more. And last one. And release. Go ahead and extend your legs out. Hands will come underneath your forehead. We're gonna glue your fingertips to your forehead. We're gonna lift and hover, and then we're gonna rock side to side. Tapping your right elbow and then your left elbow to the floor. Slide those shoulders down and back. You have 4, 3, 2, and 1 to lift a little higher, and release. Take those feet even wider now. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Imagine you have a little marble underneath your nose. Just roll that marble away, press into your palms, peel and lift back up to that swan stretch, sliding those shoulders down and back, and then slowly melt back down. Inhale to lift, and exhale to lower. Now your arms might not fully extend, so just go to wherever feels comfortable for you. If you do find that you can hold this full extension through your back extensors, feel free to let go. Taking it into your swan dive. Good, let's do 2 more. Last one. Slowly lower yourself all the way down. And then push your hips back to your heels. Shell stretch, releasing into the lower back. Slowly roll yourself all the way back up. And we're gonna come to a kneeling position. So you're going to extend one leg out to the side, and then your hands will come behind your head. You're gonna lift yourself up and over, and then come back up to your center point. Lift up and over this bottom rib, and lift back up. So bringing your spine into side flexion, and using your obliques to get you back up. So inhale over, exhale, lift. Now, we're gonna add on, so we're gonna hold it here. Then you're gonna twist your chest to the floor. Bring it back through center and lift back up. Take it up and over. Twist, unwind, and lift. Just 2 more. And last one. And lift. Come all the way down onto your side. Now from here, we're just going to lift this outside leg a few times, up and down, up and down, lifting and lowering. Good, just keeping your body in the side plank. We're activating the muscles underneath your shoulder. Keeping those hips stacked. You have 4, 3, 2, 1 to hold it here. Then you're gonna take it forward and back to paint a rainbow, forward and back. Up, forward, up, back. Up, forward, up, back. For 4, 3, just thought I'd throw a little side glute work in there for you. And last 1 to bring it back through center. Now I just want you to come down onto your forearm and then reach your top arm up to the ceiling. Now you're gonna lift your hips up and tap them down. Lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower for 4, 3, 2. You can either hold it here and pulse your hips up, or to advance, extend that bottom leg, hold your full side plank and pulse it for 8, 7, 6, 5, last 4, 3, 2, and 1 to hold. Thread your needle for 8, 7, 6, 5. Find that rotation in the spine. 4, 3, 2, and last 1 to reach and lift those hips higher and release your hips down. Push yourself back up and take a mermaid stretch up and over. And release. Let's come back up to kneeling. Taking the other leg out to the side and hands behind the head. We take it up and over, up to restack. Up and over, lift and restack. Make sure you're going up and over that bottom rib, finding that flexion in the spine. Now we're gonna add on. Up and over, twist to the floor, bring it back, and we lift. Up and over, twist your chest to the floor, bring it back through center, and we lift. 2 more. Up and over, twist the chest, bring it back, and lift. Last 1. And lift. Let's take it all the way up and over. Hand comes down, top hand to your hip. Let's lift that elongated leg up and down. Working into glute med. And just really bracing and focusing on the side of your body here. Pressing through that palm, really stabilizing underneath that shoulder. And last 1 to hold it up. We paint a rainbow, up and forward, up and back, up and forward, up and back. For 4, and 3, and 2, and last 1 to lift and release it down. We're gonna come down onto your forearm now. So just slide that knee a little bit further down, and then we're gonna lift ourselves up into your 3/4 side plank. We're gonna tap those hips down and up. Tap and lift, tap and lift, tap and lift. 4 more. 3, 2. Last 1 to hold those hips up, lift them a little higher. And you can either hold here and start to pulse your hips up, or extend that bottom leg and pulse those hips up for 8, 7, 6, 5. You have 4, 3, 2. Hold and freeze. Thread that needle for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one to reach up and hold. Lift those hips a little higher. And release. Bend your knees, press yourselves up, and take it into your mermaid stretch. And release. Let's come into a seated position. Feet on the floor. And we're going to cross your arms like you're in the genie of the lamp. You're gonna tuck the tailbone under. Roll yourself back. Hips roll away from your thighs, finding a C curve, and then you're gonna roll yourself back up to restack the spine. Tuck under, roll back, backpack. And roll yourself back up. Tuck, scoop the belly in and up, roll back, back, back. And release to roll up. We'll do 2 more. And last one to hold it here. And you're gonna twist side to side. Little twist, little twist. Try and keep your legs still. 8 more, 7, 6, 5, give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back through center and roll all the way back up. All right, now I want you to extend your legs long. Hands will reach all the way up and forward over your toes. Roll your hips away from your thighs and slowly roll yourself down, 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 down. So arms reach overhead. Inhale the arms up to the ceiling. Exhale to roll yourself all the way up, reaching those hands up and over your toes. Island looks through your knees. And then we roll your hips away from your thighs and you roll yourself all the way back down to the mat. This is your full roll up. It's pretty challenging. We want to try to articulate through each vertebra. And sometimes we have some sticky spots in the spine, so it can be very challenging. So use a strong exhale to get yourself up. Try to make this as smooth as you can. And this will be your last one. You're gonna roll yourself all the way down. And this time you can release your hands down by your side. Now we're gonna lift our hips up and down for your glute bridge. So if your hands stay down, your feet are just underneath your sit bones. We're gonna lift the hips straight up and down. Lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower. So this is gonna strengthen through the low back. Hamstrings and glutes are engaging. 2 and 1. Now you're gonna lift your hips up and then you're gonna roll your hips down. So you're gonna slowly compress the spine, releasing 1 vertebra at a time to drive those hips back up. Compress through the chest, the mid back, the low back, and then release your tailbone down at the bottom. We'll do 2 more like this, lifting up, slowly releasing down. Lifting up and slowly releasing down. Now we're gonna reverse it. We're gonna tuck the tailbone, roll up, 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 up. Holding it here without letting the rib cage flare open, and then placing the hips down. Tucking the tailbone, roll and peel to lift, and then tapping those hips back down. Tuck, peel, and lift, and hips down. 1 more time. Tuck, peel, roll, and lift. Tap your hips down. We're gonna tuck, peel, roll, and lift 1 more time. But this time we're gonna roll ourselves all the way back down. So we're rolling up and rolling down now. Good, we'll just do 2 more. And last one. Releasing your hips down at the bottom. Now our hands are gonna come out to the side to make a T. We're gonna lift 1 leg up to tabletop and then the other. We're gonna drop your knees over to the right, keeping your shoulders on the floor. Inhale over. And big exhale to lift those legs back up. Inhale the legs over. And big exhale to lift those legs up. So this is a lovely release through the low back. It's also gonna really switch on your obliques to get those knees back up through center. So use your breath. Inhale those legs over. And exhale to lift them. To advance, stretch the legs up to the ceiling. Inhale to take them up and over. Exhale back through center. Inhale those legs up and over. And exhale them back up through center. Good, we'll do 2 more. And last one. All right, bend your knees, hug your knees into your chest, and we're gonna rock and roll ourselves forward and back a few times. And you're gonna roll yourself all the way up to a seated position. Now we're going to roll like a ball. So you're gonna hover those toes off the floor. You're gonna roll yourself back to your shoulder blades and up to your sit bones. Roll back to your shoulder blades and up to your sit bones. Now you can continue to roll like a ball, just like this, or you can roll back and get into your shoulder stand and a little stack scissor and roll back up. Roll back. Alternating those legs each time and roll up. We have 2 more. And last one. And roll all the way back up. Whew, we are almost there. Extend those legs long. Reaching those hands over your toes. We roll all the way back down. 1 vertebra at a time to release. Bending your knees. Lifting those legs. And then we're gonna start with bent knees, pressing those thighs away, and just a little tiny tailbone lift. So we're working into the lower abs to lift those hips up. This might be enough for you today. This is your rollover prep. But if you feel good, stretch those legs long. Lower the legs, lift. Lower the legs, and lift. And if you feel really good, lower the legs, lift and reach those toes overhead, tapping them to the floor, and slowly melting them back down. So it's a great stretch for your spine, but it's also a lot of work on your abdominals to lower those hips back down to the mat with full control. We'll just do 1 more. And release. Hug those knees in. All right, go ahead and rock yourself forward and back a few times to roll yourself all the way up. And we'll just take it into a little seated position to finish here. Hands are just gonna be by your side. We're gonna fold forward, reaching those fingertips forward, circle them out to the side and behind you, lifting the chest and eye line up to where the ceiling meets the wall and bringing it back through center. Go ahead and fold forward. And releasing to roll back up. And folding forward. And growing taller to reach and lift. Last one. And lift. Bring your hands back through center. Lift it up and over, keeping those hips on the floor. And push the floor away. Take it up and over to the other side. 1 more time each way. And bringing it back through center. And we're just going to reach those hands up, circling them around and pressing your chest up towards the ceiling, resisting those hands coming back down. Just a few more here. Just taking yourself into that upper back extension, that breaststroke. So we're just swimming through the air. And last one, to release. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you felt that lovely strengthening, releasing, and all that lovely movement through your spine. It is so, so important that we do these exercises to keep our spine healthy and strong. So you've already done the tough work. You're here, you've done it. So well done. If you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification button so you never miss my weekly workouts every single Monday. You can also find me on social. And for more full-length exclusive workouts, you can head over and support my channel on Patreon. Thanks so much for joining. I can't wait to see you next time. Bye.